So what we're going to do is, see, a lot of people talk about their businesses and everything, right? But when we, of course, value proposition, you hear it everywhere, you see it, and but how to create a good value proposition? It's not as simple as it seems, you know. The idea of it is easy. The doing of it seems to be a little bit harder, and somehow people seem to get it wrong. I give you a very simple example to tell you why we're looking at this, and you tell me whether I'm correct or not. Or is this not your situation? Do you not, let's say, for example, Gaddafi decides that, okay, today I want to take my cousins are down from somewhere, and then I'm taking them out for a dinner or a lunch, let's say in PJ, and just so happened that he doesn't say in PJ, right? And they had come to PJ and you want to take them out for lunch. The first thing Gaddafi will do is pick up his phone and say, best restaurants for lunch in PJ. Wouldn't you do that? That's the most natural thing. So if you put best restaurants for lunch in PJ, then those lists of restaurants will come out, isn't it? Now imagine if your restaurant is not on that list. That's it. That's it. You're not gonna be even considered. People won't even know you exist these days. That's how they're gonna do it, right? And let's say if Chan got a birthday coming up, and then he's going to one area, then let's say going to one area, Denkil, never heard of, that place, a bit outskirts, to visit a friend, and the friend is celebrating a birthday. Then because he's been working the whole day, evening he's rushing there. He say, I should buy something. Maybe I buy a birthday cake kan. Tapi macam mana ni? This place called Dengkil, I'm not familiar with. He'll take his phone and say, best bakery or best cake shop in Dengkil, isn't it? He'll try. He'll try that way, and out will come the list of shops, right? And then he will choose. And out of, let's say, even if there is 10 cake shops, right? The best, then they will list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He will choose number one, right? Because he's rushing, he doesn't have time. He wants to make sure one that is the best one. Senang lah. So he will just go to the first one if he can help it, take from there. If not, he'll go to the second one. But if you are number 8 or number 9, that's it lah. That's it. No one's looking for you. People don't even know. Do you realize how crazy that is? It is so crazy. At any one time, maybe 30%, 40% of businesses will come from that, from people knowing. That is why you find like the apps like Grab, for example. Grab has some stores being called signature stores, right? They promote a certain store. Indirectly, they're promoting. They said this one's got discount, this one has got this one, right? It's the same concept as what, not as using technology, but the same concept as what hypermarkets were doing. Hypermarkets, you want to put your product on a eye level of the shelf, can you put it at the eye level? It costs you more. If you don't want that, but you go down, they put you down where people don't look so hard to see your brand. Or you want to pay more, I give you at the side aisle, at the side there, put all your products and your brand, right? And on top of that, hypermarkets have become so powerful that whenever they come up with a newsletter, you pay for it. Must, look, I'm coming up with a newsletter, I'm going to put the products in, I'm trying to move the products, you pay for the space. They were very powerful. But today, I think they're becoming less so because there are so many alternatives. So all of this, what does that tell you? It all comes down to the product and how you can create that value proposition. And what does that mean? How do you do that? And some examples. That's all we're going to do today, guys. I'm telling you, if you just understand value proposition, you will look at many companies out there, and even when you're doing your assignment or whatever, you will say, these people are just not on what may seem obvious, right? So not many slides, only 28 slides and one short clip, enough to literally make each of you, by the end of today, an expert on value proposition. An expert, right? If you want, I'll put your name. I will print out something. I'll sign there and say, this is an expert on value. Actually, I should start a value proposition expertise course, on We all pay for it. An expertise course, a certification, certifying that you are a value proposition expert. Would you all pay for that?
We
Huh?
can be a pilot test. We can be a pilot test, Prof. Before you start.
In other words, you want it for free, like you lousy guy. You want to say pilot test, itu lah bagus. Pilot test, pilot your head. Yeah, nonsense. What do you mean, pilot? That means not proven, lah. Is that what you're saying? Huh? What to pilot?
We need some testimonies, sir, before we can sell.
You know what testimonial? You buggers are very simple testimonial. I come up with it. I have a write up. For Hairi, Muhammad Gaddafi will put a testimonial. This is very good. I really loved it. Then for Hairi, I use Gaddafi. Chan, I use Hairi. Hairi, I use Chan. I use all your testimony yourself, lah. Meanwhile, you pay me. That's it. Okay, don't talk. Don't come in the pilot. Hairi, yeah. I tell you, lucky in the mornings I'm awake, If not, I kena silent a really long time. Anyway, coming back to this one, guys. Well, how to create a good one. This one, remember? You own a cake shop selling cakes, birthday cakes. You wish to gain more customers. Write down your value proposition for your cake shop. Where will you promote your value proposition? Okay, two things you have to do here. You have to think about cake shop. If you're selling cakes, right? Cakes, and you know that many bakeries are there. What will your value proposition be? What would you say? Whatever you want to say. Just write one or two sentences down, and then where will you promote your value proposition? Two important questions. Something for you to think about. Try it, guys. Try it. It's called thinking. I know you're not used to it, but try it.
Value proposition for cake shop.
You write it down. I don't want to look at it. And then I will go through, and then you can then look at it yourself and see what you think. Maybe you get it right. Maybe you get it almost right. Doesn't matter. At least you're thinking about it. Because now you own a bakery shop, cake selling shop. Right? So just something to think about, doesn't matter if you get it right, actually. So why value proposition? The reason for people looking at you, that's what a value proposition really is, right? And it's not so easy to do because you are thinking, because sometimes we get so preoccupied with our product or service, right? And I believe in that. So we think that this is a value, but the reality is you need to test your value proposition, because the value proposition oftentimes has to be, as you will see later, in the eyes of your customer, not in your eyes or your mind, right? So a lot of times, those who get it right are those Some people get it right by chance. Some people get it right because they really thought about it. But oftentimes, the best way to get it right is to test it. Test it. Maybe you change it a little bit, right? What your company or business stands for, right? So, what exactly is a value proposition? A value proposition is a promise of value, not to be delivered. It's the primary reason a prospect should buy from you. A promise of value. So sometimes it would appear it's less about the product itself, but rather what it can deliver. You see, so sometimes it's like that. So then you look at whatever you thought about your company, for example, now, wherever you work, what is your company's value proposition? And more importantly, do people know about it? Do people know about it? Right. A good example is Uni Razak. Uni Razak has got a lot of good values, very good values, and very good approaches, and something that you already know, excellent professors, but that's a separate issue. So the point is, it's already there, but people don't know. People don't know. People will say, oh, you know, good universities. People say, oh, Monash. People will say Sunway. People will say Babson College in the US. People will say Stanford. People say Leeds. People will say University of Newcastle in Australia and everything. People will say that. But Uniraza, no. But when you actually look closely, in Uniraza itself, there's some real world-class personalities. Yeah. Right. Prof. Bajoya is a good example. Prof. Bajoya of our university is really, in his field in economics, is really, really well known, and he's a well-proven person. Right. So, but we are not able to communicate that, you will find later on, right? It's a promise we make, but it's not something that we can communicate. So it's something for you to think about in your own organization as well. Do people really know? Do people understand, right? So a value proposition is a clear statement that explains how your product solves the customer's problem or improves their situation, right? It's about relevancy, it's being relevant to the customer. Deliver specific values, quantifiable values, right? It tells the customer why they should buy from you and not from the competitor. The differentiation, the value. And you see, if your product is differentiated and it's got value, but it's not relevant to me, so what? So what? That's not. People will say that. So it must be relevant to the, in this case, if you talk about marketing, it's a target market. They must say, hey, yes, for me, this is important. And plus they have this value, which is quantifiable, and plus they are able to differentiate themselves, right? You must present your value proposition as the first thing the visitor sees on your homepage and visible at all points. People must know, show, right? Right. This is not a time to be modest and say, maybe I won't tell. We don't want to show off. It's not that. If you have that value, then people should know about it and you should tell about it. You should shout about it. The Americans are very good at this. Americans, when it comes to advertising and showing off, you know, Babson College, we used to pay one professor 100,000 US dollars, you know, plus flight, plus hotel, all as separate, you know. And they fly business class, we pay. You know why? Because the university will show off their lecturers, their professors, they will show off. They sell them, you know. So at every place they have, if you come to our Unirazak website, do you see anything about the professors? No. You see, even our local universities, do they sell the professors? They don't. Dia macam, ayo jangan lah bongkak lah nanti orang kita ingat kita, you know, they think like that, you know. They think like that. But actually, when you think about the value of a university, what is the value? The value is in the people who are teaching you lah. Betul tak? Bukan bangunan dia, bukan buku dia. Right now, that is the value. So the American universities do that. You walk into the university in Babson College in Massachusetts, which is where all the top universities are. The hallway is the picture of their lecturers lah. They're promoting, they're selling, they're promoting, they're selling. It's crazy. So when you go there, like, oh, here, no. Yeah, they almost, here is almost, we have a self-esteem problem. Top management have a self-esteem problem. Oh no, if I promote you, then I won't look good. That kind of thing. So If I tell you, if any university in Malaysia changes that around, boom, you'll be there, lah. You'll be there. Right? We will make a big difference. But as you already know, I'm not the VC at this point yet. So anyway, carrying on. It's for people to read and understand. You never heard that, okay? It's for people to read and understand. A value proposition is something real humans are supposed to, it must be in a language that they understand, right? It's for people to read, right? So when do we say that? If you look at that little line there, this is not how you should put revenue focus, marketing automation, and sales effectiveness. You talk in a language that people faham, hard to understand. And academics always have that problem. You know, a lot of times when I read the journals, I cannot understand why you write this way. I don't know about you, you guys look smarter than me, but when I was first time reading a journal, every sentence, I had to check the dictionary, you know, because yeah, very suck it, lah. It's suck it. And yet people say good writing, you want to test for good writing? You know what's the test? You read what you've written and ask yourself, will your grandmother understand or not? You ask. If your grandmother can understand, that is not good writing because people don't understand what you're talking about. It's true. But yet you go and read the journals. So who benefits from the journals? I said, I don't read it. I don't know about you guys. I know you guys are bookworms and all that, but yeah. So sorry to burst your bubble. I didn't read anything. You know, I'm kind of busy doing it. Okay, bloody hell. Would you be able to explain to your friend what the offer is? And can you say in a simple word what my company is about? What does my company offer? Here, 1, 2, 3. Can you say that? Right? And don't use jargons. This is another problem. Sometimes not only academics, but sometimes you are in engineering or you're in the medical field. You ada perkataan now, certain words. And then the worst is acronym. Who was I dealing with? Yeah, I was dealing with somebody who's, I won't mention the name of the company, that's pretty high up. I'm working on a consultancy for them right now. And they use something like RCCCS, and they use it everywhere, like everybody understands. I'm like, what the hell? I don't know. It's an acronym. It stands for something. In your company, you understand lah, sebab you and your people are using it every day. Tapi orang lain tak faham. So I have to tell them, hey, look, this won't work, right? You got to break it down and you got to make it simple. So avoid bland advertising and so on. So basically, don't have your cliches, standard cliches. You know, some people say, don't work hard, work smart. That's a cliche, right? So you want to try and avoid some of those things. So people, it's about the people, basically, right? Use the right language. This is the language of the customer. If your customer is orang kampung ke, orang Melayu ke, you use the words that attracts them. And many of those adverts now do that. If you go on the highway, sometimes you see, you know, they put in Bahasa the advert. It's okay because that's their target market. And so if your target market is the Chinese or whoever else, then you should adjust accordingly, right? Or speak in a language of simple English that people can understand. You should join the conversation that's going on in the customer's mind, right? In order that you need to know the language that your customers use. So understanding how your customers speak. And you find some advertisement, they use bahasa pasar pun ada, kan? Because orang rasa senang lah, easy to understand, because this is something that we talk, the way we use. You cannot guess what that language is. The way you speak about your services is often very different from how your customer describes it. You cannot guess. So some of you are thinking, yeah, lah, okay, lah, makes sense. Of course, no. I put you, if I take Gaddafi now and I put him in a new company that's doing something, and I ask Gaddafi, okay, now do it and do it in the language you think is so easy? No, not so easy. Okay, literally, he has to go down to the ground and speak to certain people and get some sound back and listen. It's quite different, right? Because you cannot assume that. And why you can't assume? Because it's very costly. Right? You spend some time, you put some expertise to do your advert, you do your promotion, whatever, and then realize that, oops, this is not quite right. So the answers are outside your office. You must interview your customers, go to social media, see how people talk about it, be in touch with the pulse of society, as it were. Okay. A value proposition is not a slogan, right? It's not just a slogan, because some people use slogan. Nike, just do it. That's kind of slogan. It's not a positioning statement. America's #1 bandage brand. Heals the wound faster. Heals the hurt faster, for example. So a positioning statement is more of a subset of a value proposition. We need to say it is some part of a value proposition which you're trying to promote, but it is not the value proposition itself. Okay, it's usually a text, or it can be even a visual, right? There's no one way to go about it. So sometimes you have a major headline mentioning something, and then a sub headline and explain something. It depends on the complexity of it all and how you want to communicate it, right? But essentially, you want to be able to do it very briefly. That's basically what they're saying. Okay. Evaluate. After you've done that, you want to evaluate, right? Can you, by looking at the value proposition written out, can you say what product or service they are selling, right? Can you say what the end benefit is? Can you tell who your target customer is from it, and what makes your offering unique? So when you come up with a sentence using this, you can just kind of check, right? Do I know? Does this say what it says, right? And you can even use these questions, take that value proposition and tell somebody, here, you read this, and now ask them, what does this say to you? Sometimes you'll be very surprised. I've done this exercise actually for one of the companies that we were consulting for before COVID, and it's quite surprising what people read and understand and what you think, and it's quite frightening also. Why? Because if you didn't do the test, you would go off in the wrong direction. So how people understand is very difficult, because the black box inside here, that thinking thing, right, the cognition is quite different, right? And large companies that's going to spend a lot of money need to get it right, right? And many of them have got it wrong as well. So going to the ground is the best. Asking, do a testing of a small sum, doing a focus group. Again, focus group also, you have to be very clever about it. Let's say if I gather a few people, okay, I got Gaddafi, Chan, and Hairi, and then 2 other ladies, and I put them in a room. So I said, look, now this is I put on the board, this is I want you to tell me what you think about this. You all can discuss or whatever, just see how you feel about it and everything. Now, if I would stand there, right, with a piece of paper and a pen, and then I'm writing down and I'm observing you, it's quite different from when I leave the room and I only have a very small camera there that you don't know about, and what you are saying is going to be quite different, don't you think? Going to be hugely different. Now, historically, they did a test, they were testing for productivity. You may have heard of this if you studied management. They had workers working in a room, a production place. In a room, they were doing some work. So then what it is, they introduce lights, brighter lights into the room, and they were testing. And their conclusion was, with brighter lights, people's productivity would go up, right? At the time, that's what I thought, and it seemed logical enough, right? But later on, they discovered that the main reason why the productivity went up, because one is people were working in a room. When they put on the lights, they had a person in a white robe with a book, standing there with a pen, observing, standing there. Jadi bila ada orang, dia orang kerja. Kan? Anyway, so same lah. Hey, hello, you all are sitting in your cubicle or your room, but bila boss passing by, you stop your gaming, you're going to go back and type something. Sure. Yeah, yes or not? Anybody will try to look like they're working, earning their pay. But actually, sebelum tu, I'm the biggest culprit. I'm the worst. You know why? In uni last time. See, at the time I was the dean lah. So I had a big window, and outside was a nice waterfall, waterfall, Cap Square, waterfall, palm trees, and people walking by. A lot of ladies as well. So what am I doing most of the time? I'm looking out the window, bugger. You think I'm I'm looking out the window, literally freaking dreaming, bugger. Just looking out the window. Suddenly Zabit will come, Zabit, president. Zabit, Zabit, come on. Ah, yeah, yes, sir. Come, have a seat. Yeah, yeah. Suddenly, suddenly I'm looking inside the office. But not my fault, lah. Okay, there's the scenery. And some more, I was on the I think second floor, so it's quite close to the ground. Jadi boleh nampak lah, very close. High up is different. Right down there. Anyway, but I did some work lah. Don't make it look so bad. It wasn't that bad. Working, actually, work is a 4-letter word lah. 4-letter word. Don't let anybody. I don't like it. How to create a winning value proposition? The best value is clear, right? What is it? For whom? How is it useful? Clarity is the key lah. Clarity is the key. Understanding. There have been once or twice I've been driving on the highway. I look at an ad and I don't know what it's about. I don't know what they're selling. Have you seen that? Yesterday I was watching one. So they were showing these Christmas scenes in London. You know how they have that video where people walk through London and then they show all the Christmas lights and everything. And the lady was doing it. And I really like this lady because she's really like very frank. She look at things and then the barang-barang sana, small thing, 50 pounds. And then she's damn cool, Everything, in London, in Regent Street and Selfridge and all this, major stores, small little thing is 50 pounds. And then you calculate in your head the ringgit Malaysia, like, whoa. But this lady who does that, goes around showing all these things, I really like her because she is very frank. She said, oh, even I can't afford this. She can't afford. But you know what's the thing? The thing is this, if you ever go to London and you shop around there, and I have, when you come back to Malaysia, you will say it's expensive, of course. Nonsense. Like you got a time by 5, 6, 7. So when you come back, very dangerous. Don't go shopping. You go to the Mad Valley, all these places you pergi kan. You will shop like crazy. For you, it's nothing. Wow, how much is this one? 70 ringgit. Buy lah. Because you're dividing by 5. Damn cheap. It's true. Prof Chok, I know you know Prof Chok, who's Dr.
Yes.
She came back from the US. She said she spent almost 3 months. Canada or US, I don't know lah. First time she's going, very excited. And I was telling her all about it lah, what you should do. Then she went. Then Chok came back. Chok came back and then looked for me. Said, no, I go with my husband. I go shopping. Buy everything. Very cheap. She spent 3 weeks there. She said, Roland, I only come back because I ran out of money. I stay longer. So you come back, you will spend. You will spend. You can't rasa. If you go to Europe or whatever, so you come back, you will spend. Because everything's suddenly so cheap. And you will love Malaysia. Of course, then again, there's nasi lemak. What can beat nasi lemak? Hey, the bungkus kau-kau. Have you the kau-kau stall? Have you buy it? Those guys are damn good. I must say, their nasi lemak is delicious. Their drink, and their drink, guys. I never buy the drink because I usually don't take sugar. But their drink, they've got the other macam full gula, 50% gula, 25% gula, go like that. The percentage. No, you can actually order. And I observe their inside there, their machines. They've got codes. That is why they can always make a drink for you, always taste the same. So the guy who would do this cow thing has a background. He's either from Starbucks or McDonald's. He's got, whoever he's got, has got that background. So they have a structure. So even though I'm paying for the nasi lemak and considered by normal standards expensive, and you see them doing the work and how they do it, it's worth paying them for it. Otherwise, how can they survive? They must charge you. They have a right. You cannot afford it. Buzz off, man. Don't waste your time. Get rid of this customer. Elon Musk said in Twitter, you don't want to support my advertising, you can. He used the F word, get lost. Elon Musk. That guy's electric. But it's true, cow cow. And I think it's a homegrown Malaysian concept. I'm not sure who owns it now, but damn good. I really appreciate it. So anyway, bought some nice. The nasi lemak is very small. I buy from my mom. Because my mom doesn't eat much, and then it's a small packet, but well made, good quality. So anyway, the point again that I'm trying to make to you all, I have difficulty sticking to the point. My value proposition is getting lost. My own value proposition is going on. The lady on the video, you know what? She saw an ad. She was filming. Yesterday I was watching it. She saw an ad and said, I don't know what that is. She saw an ad she didn't know. This is what I'm teaching you now. Dia pun tak tahu. It wasn't, and that ad was on a screen, showing something. And you don't know what it is, you see. So clarity is very important, right? If your value proposition makes people go, that means you're doing it wrong. Maybe they don't understand. They got to know it quickly first time, right? If not, it's not working. What makes a good value proposition? Clarity, right? It communicates concrete results. It's how it's different or better than the competitors offer. Avoids hype. No cliches, nothing. Can be read and understood in 5 seconds. 5 seconds, right? So must be. So you can see again. So if you go back to what you wrote about your bakery, I dare not even read that. But siapa yang makan cili? Itulah. Tak apa, never mind. Coming back, don't get me started on peribahasa. I won't stop. So anyway, the point that I'm trying to make is this. This is it. It must be. So you just have to check, right? So what I'm saying is, honestly, even after I know this, it's very hard to do a value proposition. It's very difficult. Talk is easy. Marketing and they write my value proposition, but actually you do it is very difficult. Even whenever I think about it, it's very hard. I go back to these questions to check. Does it make sense? So if you're writing an assignment or you're doing later on, if you're doing your final assessment and you come across a question and you want to talk about value proposition, don't just say value proposition. Go and say, in this case, it's very clear. In this case, it communicates the benefits. You go through the points. Now you're talking. Now you're being scientific. At least you're applying something, right? So, again, depending on what you want to do, this one I won't say that it has to be bulleted or it has to be in text or whatever. I cannot imagine that it has to be one way or the other. Of course, the literature may say one thing, but again, depending on your product, some people have communicated something by visually, right? Some people communicate it by text. Again, depends. How to craft a unique, try to set you apart, something that sets you apart from the competition, try to be different. And most importantly, it must be, when you say something that customers actually care about, you know what they're talking about? Remember that question I gave you the last time? What is my customer's pain? Something customers care about. What is it? Is by asking the question, what is my customer's pain? Remember the Americans do that, always asking that question, right? So no matter how wonderful your product is, if it's not relevant, and how do you decide relevance is, how is it in terms of the customer? What are you solving for the customer? Simple, right? So that's it. So the key to remember is that you don't need to be unique in the whole world. This is another thing. People think that, I have to be, I don't want to open a bakery because so much competition. No, you just have to be the best in Denkel. Itu saja. Yes or not? If let's say there are 3 bakeries, you set up one, you just have to be better than them in Denkel. Because there's nobody in Denkel who wants to buy a cake for their son's birthday, who's going to drive all the way to Rawang or to KLCC to buy a birthday cake, isn't it? So what does that mean? That means you have to be unique in the customer's, just in the customer's mind. So just now Chan is coming to Denkel. Chan is trying to buy. Chan is now the customer, right? I just have to be the best in Denkel. That's it. And that may not be the best. Chan may actually buy the cake and go to someone's house, and when he eats the cake, the one I had in KLCC was better. Yeah, so what? You already bought the cake and you're in Denkel. You're not going nowhere. So, so don't have to like be the best in the world, best in the customer's mind. That's what we mean, right? So the closing of the sale takes place in the customer's mind, not out in the marketplace, and that is true, right? The closing of the sale takes place there, certainly. Um, Other things, boosters for your value proposition. Uh, you can add small value adds, right? Sometimes it's hard to differentiate something, right? Even the cake, for example, how do you differentiate? So maybe you can add things like free shipping, next day shipping, free setup, uh, no long-term contract, and so on and so on, right? All these little things, that sometimes can tip the balance in your favor. I'm sure you have bought something, you say, okay, the other ones, but this one they got free shipping, or this one got something, or sometimes even the warranty. Someone I say, right? Uh, in fact, if you shop a lot of things online, which like what I do, especially from China, some of them actually give you a warranty, right? Though there's a new, I don't know if you buy things on Shopee online from China. One of the things, if you observe their shipment, they will always say it's shipping, usually, most of the time from Yiwu, Yiwu. Have you noticed that? Yiwu, Yiwu, Yiwu. Uh, yeah, I know, you all buy things from other countries, lah. I buy from China, okay.
Wife do the Shopee things, sir.
Huh?
Wife do the Shopee things. We only pay.
Oh, so slavery, lah. Okay, never mind. So, anyway, the point I'm trying to say is, oh, why? Because Harry is doing his assignment. Very nonsense. So easy, I give you the assignment, all the answers given to you, and now he used the excuse lah. Aku tak boleh lah, aku nak buat assignment lah. Cikgu aku marah lah. Tapi cakap, during class mana aku dengar you ketawa aja. You tak ada pun rasa sedih. Lepas tu bila you keluar, you kata, oh, saya ada assignment. Harry.
Bocor rahsia lah, bocor rahsia.
Apa macam rahsia? Harry. Okay, anyway, not sure why I'm discussing that, but the point is this guy, Yiwu, talking about Yiwu, YW. So I order, so they all ship from Yiwu. And then yesterday I watched one program. Do you know Yiwu is the fake capital of the world? Yiwu really is the fake capital of the world. It will make anything lah. Gaddafi, you go to Yiwu, you say you take whatever lah. You take this controller, you take your I want this. In less than 24 hours, they will make it for you. They will make it for you. Crazy, huh? Yiwu is so fantastic. Yiwu, sometimes they have sales. You know how they sell? You know the apa tu yang ladies like to wear the earrings lah, all the accessories ke apa? One packet now they in KL, sometimes in the that shop or whatever, they will sell you for 25 ringgit, 17 ringgit. In Yiwu, shit like that, they sell it by weight. They carry all the thing in one big box. I mean, 2 kg. They sell you like that. They sell, they sell shit like that by weight. How cheap? You tell me what more you want? The guy got no time to see the shit. Yeah. 2 kg, you take. Crazy lah, guys. Crazy. And then that when I saw that, I was a bit sedih sikit lah. Because every time I see my goods coming out of Yiwu, I ordered, guys, I'm not kidding you. I ordered some Christmas gifts from, I run the OKU thing, right? So for the children, I ordered a lot of Christmas gifts coming from Yiwu. I didn't know, but then reasonable lah, their prices. Their goods also not bad. I have no complaints, I put it this way. What the heck?
It's
Right?
the thought that counts.
Yeah, it's a thought that counts. And then I'm not like y'all, I don't earn in US dollars or Euro dollars. I'm earning in Malaysian ringgit, which is shrinking smaller and smaller. So I have to find ways to save some money. Anyway, so yeah. Right. So coming back to, okay, so these are some examples, guys. See, for example, free shipping signs on the left and top, right? Where? On the left. Mana tu? There. Here. Where's the free shipping? There.
Bawah,
Here.
bawah kiri. Bawah kiri. Kiri bawah.
Sini pun ada, sini pun ada. Yalah, free shipping. So anyway, maybe you see that. Clear, something that's clear, what they're doing, benefits, smooth visuals, web pages lah, because it's technology and all that. List of benefits, maybe. I don't know what's nice about it. I really hate this site, but the example is a relevant image lah. List of benefits. Don't believe anything you read lah, right? And more important, don't believe anything your professors talk to you about. Make sure you think about it. I sometimes show students things that I disagree with. Why do I do that? I don't know. It's just me. Different kind of layout. This one you can read when you see. Remember, everything is a good slogan, blah blah blah. Yeah, but not very clear apparently. I don't know. That's how you look at it. Poor value proposition examples. This one, this advert on Pray, call it Pray, but most people won't know what it is. But apparently, it's about if you lose your notebook or something, can locate, can check, can whatever. Apparently, it's not the best. This is a good point. Whenever you have a web page or website, the first thing cannot be a video. It cannot be a video. People must be interested. They go in, then they see a video or a clip. Right? Oftentimes, when I go to a website, I don't want to see the video because I'm usually rushing. I don't have time. But what they say is basically don't put a video right in front of people. Most people don't want to see that. This one, for example, here on the financial thing, no proper value proposition, hard to read, poor, small fonts, and so on. And it talks about a lot of things, but not really about what the item is. It's not clear, it's not simple. Again, there's too much jargon as well. Now, this is a short clip I was telling you about, guys. So basically, many of those examples there, later when I upload this, you will see that they fail on those things like clarity, relevancy, they fail. And so that sort of thing, right? It creates that kind of thing. But here's a short clip that I can show you that you can look at, and it talks about what we spoke about just now. But I want you to listen carefully, and you'll find that it's really clear. It's one of the better videos that are out there. Okay, so let me know. Make sure that you can hear it, just in case my speaker is. Yeah.
No sound, sir.
No sound, sir.
No sound, huh? How come the other day maybe this is on this one? Where is the sound? Let me check. Maybe I must go back to my button. I'm not sure. Where's my control? Just now I went and hide my control panel. Now I can't find it. Let me see. Where is the strange? I'm trying to locate the controls. Um, I see. How do you get the control panels back, Arise? I can't seem to find it.
Usually
Try to
it's
search
at
for
the
it,
top.
sir.
Ah.
Huh?
Try to search.
Type the search.
Yeah, the search bar, just type it control panel. Thing will pop up.
Is it? Okay, let me try. Um, no, no. I'm talking about the control panel of the Zoom. Because just now I hide the panel. I hide it so well, I can't find it myself. There you go.
Usually it is at the top. If you move the mouse, is it appearing at the top?
That's the thing. It's not. I thought also that if I move my mouse up there, it will appear. I'm trying to do that. I'm not getting it. Where is it? That's a bit strange.
How about at below or at the left side? Sometimes it's changed.
Wait, wait. I don't have it. That's why I'm going down actually and up on both sides. I'm trying to like, jeez, where is that?
Perhaps can escape first, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, escape. I press escape, it pops out. Is that normal? Maybe only for my screen. I'm not sure. Okay, now that I have that, wait, share sound. You got to click on share sound. I tell you, Hairi, I'm going to give you 1 mark. I'm taking it straight away, half from Chan and half from Gaddafi, and give it to you because you solve it, my friend. You have solved a problem. You know, problem solvers are very hard to come by. Okay, let's try this. And by the way, you better pray that it works. Otherwise, I'm taking back an extra half mark. You better hope it works. Can hear or not? There you go.
Your UVP. Your business's unique value proposition is the basis for every message you're sending out. If you own the only shoe repair service in town, your gigantic unique value proposition may be that you're the only shoe repairer in town. It's enough to hang up a shoe and have somebody come to you. If there are 15 shoe repair shops, however, you need to be the one that stands out in the crowd somehow. Identifying your unique value proposition is no easy task because it's not just about being valuable. It's about being unique. What do you bring to the table that others do not, or cannot, or are not willing to? How does someone know that you're good at what you do? Contrary to popular belief, it's not about the Ers. Better, faster, cheaper. It's about the Ests. Those are, you're the best, you're the fastest, you're the cheapest. If you just tell me that you're cheaper, are you Walmart? Because they're the cheapest. And if you tell me about how you make people happier, are you Disneyland? Because that's the happiest place on earth. And Zappos, the best online service. And the wine bar downtown, the largest selection of wines by the glass. That's something I'll tell my friends about. My dentist, he's the friendliest. And that's why I go there. And that's his unique value proposition. Think about what is it that you bring to the table? And sometimes that's hard to do when it's you. How about you ask some of your best clients, people that view you from the outside, and say, why did you choose me over someone else? Unfortunately, there will always be a portion of the population that ignores you. It doesn't matter how good your unique value proposition is in those cases. Those consumers just don't need what your company has to offer right now. And that's okay. Because if you're memorable, they'll come back to you when it matters, or they might just end up being a surprise referral source in the end.
So you can see, guys, that where is it? So it's just about, because that's what people are. So remember, coming back to the same example. So Chan was going into Denke. What will he do? He's got only half an hour. He got no time to go and check out many stores. He goes online. He will say best cake shop, isn't it? He'll say best cake shop. He won't say, I think, which is the better cake shop, which is a good cake shop. He won't. But it's very serious, because if you're not there in the first, even two, top two, you will not even be considered, isn't it? It's very serious. It's very serious implications for your business. And yet, if you go out there, you'll be surprised. Do you know there's one store, there's a restaurant or bakery called Lemon Tree, and somebody bought some cake for us, a small cake and some croissant special. They make it different. It's all lemony sort of thing. So they put it in a box, and then somebody gave us two. Say, hey, this is really good. And they had a sticker on top that says lemon tree, something like that, lemon tree. So I liked it, so I went and checked lemon tree, and I found it, right? And when I put down cake shops in that area, it never came out. I had to write down there the actual name of the company, and then I saw it. Right. So you can see how much they might lose out on many things, isn't it? They lose out on many things. It's very simple, like what she was saying just now. Are you the best? And today, if you are the best, good for you, you will survive. If you are not, you will not. That's it. As simple as that. So you are wondering, when people talk about, oh, the income gap. My friend, the income gap is going to get wider. Those who know, those who attended my class and used the word best, they're there. Those who did not, no more. And they will get some little bit crumbs of business, but the rest will be there. Right? So you can see the difference, right? So it's little things, small things, but makes a huge difference. So unique value proposition, it's easy and it's hard. But the most important thing is it's necessary, especially now in the technology age with the internet. If you don't spend a little time thinking about it, even for a business that you are thinking about, or even in your own organization, right? And if you think about it, and if you have a meeting with top managers, you bring up this point. Say, excuse me, guys, thank you for coming in this morning. And I know we've discussed this. I'm asking you just for 5 more minutes. I just want to discuss one other issue. And the issue is about our unique value proposition. Boom. And you give them just 2 slides, Chan, 2 slides. And you tell them, I just need this time. I need your consideration. Boom, 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 boom. And this is what we need to change. This is a problem. This is the solution. And that's it. Thank you very much, guys. I got to go now. You're out of there. Then they'll all say, who was that man? Who was that hero? Who is the guy who's going to save this organization? Chan. Chan's the man. He's the man. Or they might sack you. I'm not sure which. It doesn't matter. Take that risk in live shot. But it'll work. I'm telling you guys, too few people do this. I tell you, the boss, the owner of the company will love you. Don't go and show it to your superior. He doesn't want, he's tapping on you. He doesn't want you to promote. He's scared of you. You show it when management is there. You show it, man. And then you know where it is at. Yes, sir. If they don't appreciate you, they don't, what should I say? You don't belong there, and they don't value you. That's it. Right. Walk away with your head held high,
They
knowing
don't
full
deserve
well.
me, right?
Huh?
They don't deserve me.
Of course not. Absolutely not. Right? Because they cannot see value right smack in their face. Right? You walk out of there, and then in March you sit at home and wait till October, November for your convocation. That's it. And you come and see me again. Says, what did you do? Be bold. Be brave. Another cliche, Gaddafi. And many people in the war have died because they were bold and brave. I don't know. You guys are out now. I don't know. No hope. Anyway, I'll try and put this up later, since Gaddafi said that some things are not up there. I also don't know. I can't remember. I'll look at it for sure. I'll put this one up. What do you want? Okay, guys. So sorry for taking so long. I hope you've learned something today. There were many examples. It resonates with you, I'm sure, and how to apply that. Okay. So if all good, then I will see you again. How many classes have we had? 4 or 5. The next one is the 5th one.
Yes,
Yes.
correct, Prof.
Yes.
The next one is the 5th one, and then we got one more last one. Last one will give you the questions on that. I think the assessment for the
That
final
will
exam.
be on the 24th.
24th, yeah, morning. Yeah. I have class. Hello. All these festivities doesn't affect me, okay? Guys, when I was doing my thesis, on Christmas Eve, I'm doing my work, Then on Christmas Day morning, I'm doing my work. All my relatives coming to my house, my wife down there getting more and more angry, like a volcano, like a volcano going to explode, my wife, because where the hell is he? 11 o'clock, semua orang, all my cousin, all those semua datang for lunch. I'm still upstairs in my room doing my thesis.
Understand that, Prof.
You know what I mean? Don't let Hari Raya, Chinese New Year nonsense, or all these Christmas affect you. Yeah, of course we are celebrating, well and good. But
We don't
what is the
celebrate,
one?
sir.
And
Yeah,
listen,
we
I
want
mean,
to do
this
teaching like
is
you. We want to
you
do
see,
like you. Yeah,
That's
so
why
my
we are in your
controller is
class, sir.
laughing. Can you see my controller laughing here?
That's why we are in your class, sir. We are
yeah,
the same type
we
of
want to be
person.
like you, sir.
There you go. Gaddafi, there's one extra mark coming your way. Right? Harry got one just now because he solved a technical problem. But it's true, guys. It's true, guys. Don't let the normal convention affect you. Ada orang raya ni, I nak balik lah 1 minggu, 1 bulan dia. Nonsense lah. Yeah, when you have done your work, you can go. But if your work is not done, that is the focus. Take your computer with you, bring it there, right? And work there also. That is the right way. Nothing wrong with that, right? Because the work is interesting anyway. It's not like it's a chore. It's great work. It's good work. It's exciting. You're learning something and you're progressing, right? Leave all the others behind. Don't follow the young ambassador. Don't follow. I have never done that. And remember, always remember, your body doesn't know that it's Sunday.
Yeah, Raya.
Hey. Don't have to follow the Gregorian calendar that's been set up by the Romans. Don't have to follow. Follow the calendar. Your body doesn't know. Your body knows sunrise or sunset and the planets, and that's it. And you're there, man, and you're moving forward, right? Time has become irrelevant. If Einstein was still around, he'd say that.
Now I feel motivated, bro.
That is the idea. You see, people think that teaching is teaching. No, information is everywhere. The trick is to motivate, inspire the students. Then they will go on their own and forge new grounds, right? That's the idea, inspiration. If I've done that even just a little bit, that's my success, man. That is it. So
You got a new setup for your Christmas.
yeah, some a bit different lah. You know, guys, the whole of last night after my run, who's working here? Roslan, my electrician. That's another hardworking guy. Roslan works. He's a professional electrician. No, he's qualified. He works at the club. His full-time job. In the evening here, I go for my run. I come back. Roslan is there. He's working already. He's doing, because a few things are not working. He's been working with me for the last 15 years. Yes, right. So
What his value proposition, bro?
his value proposition is something you guys cannot even come close to. Okay, I think. You ask me some more question. You kena nanti. Ask me.
Never get electrocuted.
Never electrocuting his master. No lah. He's very good. Roslan is hardworking. He's pleasant. He's dedicated. You don't have to tell him, He's thinking, even in his workplace, the bosses love him. The boss loves him.
So I think you forgot to mention one. He's cheap.
That's nonsense. You think I'm just like y'all lah. Hari, see, I tengok dia ingat aku kita sama lah. Hello, if it's cheap, he won't be with me for the last 15 years. It's not just about money, and Chan is only thinking about dollars and cents. It's much more than that. For him, he and me are partners. He's not my eventually, he's my partner to bring joy. Tu dia.
Typical
And
Chinese,
so,
sir. Typical Chinese.
What Chinese? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Next year, I hope to see you all here. Right? Hopefully, you will take a nice pic with me as well, and we will be there and to celebrate your success, right? Because you're so well inspired. All right, guys. So very good. I will see you again next week, and I can tell you this course is going to be fantastic.